Hello everybody, and welcome back to another dream today. Hello, it's a dream for me and you today. We're playing Rain Marginal, so get excited. We're going to be finishing that today. Hi Chimos, I know you really wanted to see the Deponia stream. That was yesterday. You can always check on the VODs channel in a few weeks for any parts that you've missed, but you can always catch me next week on Thursdays for Deponia. So yeah. Today's Visual Novel Friday, we're going to be finishing Rain Marginal. I don't know how long this stream is going to be because I don't know how much of the game we have left. So, anyways, if you missed last time we played Rain Marginal, or this is your first time seeing Rain Marginal, I'll give a quick sum up. Basically, we play in this top route, we played as a character who worked a business job and kind of did like thrill risk, suicidal-esque things to convince themselves that they want to live. So they didn't really want to live, but they didn't really want to die either, right? They were stuck in this limbo of not really enjoying life. And he ends up going on an elevator and he ends up in this extra floor on the very top of his building that doesn't exist. And he finds himself in this rainy world. And in this rainy world, he meets this character named Rin. And she is the only person there. And she explains that this area is a place for just one person. Usually only one person can exist at a time, but sometimes two people can exist at once for up to 3 days before someone gets booted out. So typically people who come to visit go home after 3 days and they're forced out, is what Rin tells him. In this bottom route, we have this character named Rin, who is a shrine maiden. And her sister are sacrificial priestesses for a type of atonement to a certain god of a mountain. And they're not supposed to speak, and they have to do like cold water ablutions and eat like nothing but porridge. It's not Japanese, no. It's English. No, wait, I think it is in Japanese. I think I'm using the Japanese version. I can't remember what the voice acting. Oh no, the voice acting is in Japanese because I have to pause all the time. So yeah, it is in Japanese. But I always do the voices. So, but anyways, they're sacrificial priestesses. Her older sister is the sacrificial priestess to go first. They can't talk for 333 years and 30 days and 3 months or something like that, right? 333 years basically. And so her sister is part of this cycle of women that go through, these shrine maidens that go through, and they're not allowed to speak. And eventually they all get sick and die because it's not sustainable to just live off of porridge and cold water baths every day and not talking. So eventually they all get sick and die. Her sister is one of those people who get sick and die. They actually murder her in front of her. And Rin is only maybe like 10. And so the shrine ends up getting razed. She ends up running away. She runs to the mountains. She falls asleep. She wakes up and she's in this rainy world. And in this bottom route, we get the story of Rin, who lived as a shrine maiden. And now she is supposed to carry on this atonement and not talk, and she gets to the rainy world and she starts yelling at God, and so she breaks the atonement, and she meets another character here. We'll name her what did we name her? Lady is her name. She is the resident of this rainy world, and she tells Rin the same things that Rin tells the character in the upper route, that people come to visit. This world is really only a world for one, and people come to visit and they have to leave after 3 days. And sometimes people don't always want to leave. Sometimes people leave right away. Sometimes people stay for a few days, but eventually everybody leaves and she's left there all alone for an indeterminate amount of time. So, some other stuff happens. There's like a way for things to come in and out. There's this river that exists that connects the world to the real world. Lady ends up telling Rin the secret of the world, which is if the person doesn't leave after 3 days, then the person who was there first will get booted out first. So if in this top route with this male character who's come in and kind of wants to stay in this world, she needs to force him out in order for her to stay there. So in this bottom route, Lady ends up leaving the way that Rin is supposed to go, which we don't know if that puts her in the mountains, or if it puts her in Lady's original position, or if it puts her in the current time period, because time does pass, kind of, in this place. So Lady disappears and Rin ends up being the new mistress of the rainy world. And that is where we are at. We are at mistress of the rainy world. And I think we're now at the point where the stories have converged together and we're getting to the end. I think we're getting to the point where Rin is going to have to figure out how to get this guy to go back to his world. Or if she's going to tell him the secret and make him the new master of the rainy world. I don't know. There's a lot of, issues with Rin considering the atonement and whether, she still owes this debt to God or not. So, yeah, if you're interested in hearing, the whole story of Rain Marginal, highly recommend you go check out the VODs channel, youtube.com/princessevillan. The first part should be going up in a few weeks, so look forward to that. But anyways, we're going to jump into the ending. So, Mistress of the Rainy World. "333 years and 33 days later. Today the rain also continued to fall without end. It was around when the dark night was beginning to change into bright white." Uh-oh, hold on. Here we go. I stood up from the bus station bench. It was something that I put here the other day, something I picked up from the river. The day changed. With this, the atonement should have ended. Normally, I would have started the day by crushing my throat, but today there was no need. Without any hesitation, I took one step outside the building. As always, the rain continued to fall. However, I did not get wet, because somewhere far up in the sky, the drops changed their course and were thrown somewhere else. If I wanted to, I could probably turn the puddles at my feet to steam in an instant to make the flagstones dry. So yeah, over time being here and being soaked in this never-ending rain, she's developed these water control powers, and she's basically become a shaman of a kind, where her exposure to the rain has given her some control over it. Without even concentrating, that much was a simple thing to do. I looked up at the white sky, and then took a big breath. With this, the atonement is completed. Words for whatever was probably above that sky. The first voice I've made in 300 years felt somehow different from my own. Seemed like it was from a different person. So, how does it feel having such a crazy ritual completed by just a single person? No, I'm not alone. Even if they had returned to nothingness, my sister and numerous priestesses who became sacrifices were with me. If you're satisfied with this, then hurry up and bring someone over, I declared to the sky. At at the one who was supposed to be watching me from above the clouds, at the one who sealed me in this world of eternal rain and nothing but horizons, and made me complete the atonement.
言っておくけど、反省もしないし、あなたを許す気はないから。
And I'm also saying that I'm neither sorry nor have any intention of forgiving you. To the omnipotent one with power of miracles, I cast my declaration. But there was no reaction. Suddenly, rain just fell. Hollowly, my voice just reverberated. As always, in the world with only one person, the pitter-patter of rain continuing to fall. Since the day I'd come here, eternally without end, only the sound of rain reverberated.
うるさいね。
Shut up!
いい加減にして。その雨音、うるさいって言ってるのよ。
Enough already! That sound of rain! I said to shut up! Ooh. Along with my shout, I gathered all the water in the area to one point and then stretched it up into the sky. It was a spear of water, stretching as if it would stab the white raining sky. Piercing the clouds far overhead, a high piercing sound came as the air broke the speed of sound.
なんとか言いなさいよ。その気になれば嵐だって起こせるのよ。
Say something. If I want to, I can create a storm too. This time, before I finished speaking, a tornado twisted to life. Right now, I was not the powerless child like when I had arrived here. Especially since I had freely obtained knowledge from the real world the past 300 years, there was no comparison to now. Even if I were unable to overcome a god, it was my every intention that I wouldn't be so weak as to be ignored.
そう。だったら、この建物も壊すわ。
I see. Then I'll destroy this building. I squarely faced the structure that I had been just resting in. I smashed a giant pillar of water into it. With a rumbling sound, a piece of the large roof began to collapse. I destroyed the thing that had been in this world from the beginning, the sole building. Even though it was the only place that could shelter from the rain.
どう？これでもう雨もしのげないわね。
How about that? Now no one can avoid the rain. I laughed, a laugh tinged with mockery. I wasn't sure myself what I was trying to do. Everything was meaningless. Even though by tomorrow everything would be back the way it was, even though I knew that myself.
ねえ、どうする？罰するの？一人で職王も成し遂げた。
So,
これでも、
what
世の
now?
者に対して。
Are you going to punish me? For a priestess that completed the atonement all alone?
別にいいわよ。今以上の罰があるならね。
Huh. It's fine if you do. If there is a punishment greater than this.
ほら、早くやりなさいよ。
So hurry up and do it! Alone. No matter where you go, it was just a world. It was a world with just one person. And hollowly, only my own voice reverberated. Eternally, without dying, nor even aging, already obtaining powers that were inhuman. And yet the mistress of the rainy world had no one to sing her praises, nor give her counsel. However, just the rain. Only the cheers of the rain were raised.
ねえ、何か答えてよ。
Hey, answer with something.
もう、この世界は嫌なのよ。雨の世界の主の座は返上したいのよ。
I don't want to be in this world anymore. This throne of the mistress of the rainy world, I want to give it back. The harsh voice I had raised had settled. At some point it had begun a thin pleading. And that weak whisper was also erased by the sound of rain. 1 year later.
もう誰も何も信じない。
Enough. I won't believe anyone, anything, anymore. If he wasn't going to do anything, I had no choice but to act myself. With that whisper, I headed to the river. The place I was headed was what I had once called upriver. At one time, it had taken an extraordinary number of years to arrive, but for me, now I arrived in an instant. A place that I hadn't been at in centuries, the entrance hole, and like I had seen it that day, it was spitting out numerous things from the real world. I recalled that, once, I had carelessly put my arm in and everything past my wrist had disappeared.
私にはここしか思いつかない。
I can't think of a place other than here. Here, meaning a place to die. In this world, it was the place where the possibility of dying might exist. For the exit hole, I was thrown back and I was unable to enter, but for this entrance, I was able to put my hand in. However, it had simply been annihilated.
もし死ねばまたお姉ちゃんと会えるだろうか。
If I can die, would I be able to meet my sister again? With that final murmur, I took a few steps back, forgetting a running start. Building up some momentum, I hurled my body into the hole before me. Oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen! Throughout my body, a burning sensation spread. It wasn't pain, but heat. My eyes could see red, then it became black, and finally everything was white. In my fading consciousness, I thought I could see something resembling a rainy sky up above. More rain. Just how much time has passed, I wonder. Days? Months? Or could it have been decades? I awoke to the sound of rain striking water. At some point, I had been drifting on the river and washed ashore.
どうやら死ねなかったらしい。
It looked like I couldn't die. To be precise, I had died and came back to life, was brought back to life, probably. I had held the faintest of expectations for that place, but as expected, that was not allowed in this world.
反省するまではどこにも行かせない。何もさせない。
Until I'm sorry, he won't let me go anywhere, won't let me do anything. See, and this is the difference between what Lady was saying and what Rin has been experiencing. This entire time, she's been experiencing this, like, feeling of atonement and wanting to be sorry and needing to be sorry in order to leave. And she believes, right now at least, that until she is sorry, she won't see anybody, probably, right? And they won't give her a way out. And so this sets us up for, in the other route, with young Rin and Captain, who is Rin's alter ego, who has all the knowledge of the rainy world, whereas Day Rin has more, like, charm and, like, childlike personality. She doesn't really know what's going on, though. But she wants to leave. And that represents, like, her longing to want to be out of this world, but also understanding that she's not sorry, and therefore he, God, won't let her go or do anything. So she has to stay here. So I wonder what she's going to do in this other route when we meet up with our main character. And dying was forbidden. That was probably what he intended. And that was why no one came here. He probably planned on keeping me in this world of rain forever.
わかった。もういい。
It's all his fault, right?
誰も来なくていい。
I get it. Enough. No one has to come. I looked up at him and muttered,
私を永遠にここに留めるがいいわ。
You can keep me here for eternity. However, for my part, I will not forgive you.
その受けた罰の分だけ理不尽な運命を姉の無念を私の無念をも合わせ
The amount of punishment I receive with this unjust fate, my sister's regrets, my own regrets.
いつしか呪いへと変えてみせよう
Someday, I will turn them into a curse. And for a few years after, I spent it watching the real world. Days spent down the river, peering at the exit. It had once taken me a few centuries to come here, but now I was able to arrive in moments. Most likely, with the powers I had now, it was possible for me to go to the far shore, or even to the ends of this world. But now I can bring myself to want to do that. What would come of it if I checked? The one above the sky would just feign ignorance. That was why I only gazed at the real world from here. Watching a number of generations, reading people's hearts. Sometimes I would watch a single person grow up.
でもそれだけのこと。私は見つめるだけ。
But that was all. I could only watch. I really feel for this girl. Forever, without aging, in a 10-year-old's body. Someone forced to spend endless time with endless life. Even though I had knowledge surpassing humans that can even use magical powers.
雨の世界の主。このたった一人の世界に。
The mistress of the Rain world was a prisoner in this world of only one person. There was nothing more and nothing less to that existence. My existence in this separated world was the same as nothingness.
そう無と同じ。
Aww, this poor girl. Yes, the same as nothingness. When I wound up putting it into words, tears overflowed, even though I had thought I'd forgotten how to cry. The large drops of tears once again disappeared into that exit hole. They were the singular proof of myself that I could leave in the real world. After that, I kept on crying. There was nothing else to do, nothing I could do. Just continuing to cry while being soaked by the rain.
もしいつの日かここに誰かが来たらどうなるのだろう。
If, one day, someone were to come here, what would happen? When that day came, would I really chase them away? Or would I choose to return back to the real world? I was sure that with how I was now, if I returned to the real world now, I wouldn't die. I was even confident that I could return without losing my memory. And yet the desire that someone would soon come and the desire that someone not come were half and half.
こんな時お姉ちゃんだったら。
At a time like this, if it were my sister living an unfair, unfortunate life that quickly ended. Even though she had been cheerful and kind with a cute voice and had believed in the gods to the very end. If I were my sister, would I be able to be more true to my feelings? Aww. She's still struggling. She's still emotionally trapped as a 10-year-old. She's stuck in this, even as a shrine priestess tasked with this heavy situation, with this atonement. She was still kind of older than like 10, but at the same time, she's still only 10. Like, she's trapped as an emotional 10-year-old with this emotional trauma, with no one to talk to and nothing to do for an eternity. That's so sad. That's so scary. That's like real hell. When the area had completely turned into night. Okay, so this is the other side of the story. This is with our main character, because he's on his second night. Looks like you're awake. I must be Captain. That voice didn't really have anything to reply with. I slowly raised my body and sat on the bench. When I did, as if it were perfectly natural, that person sat next to me and had directed a slight worried face at me. Considering the time remaining, this would probably be the final conversation with this person. And even when I understood that, the words that came from my mouth were,
まだ帰ってなかったみたいね。
"Looks like you still haven't gone back." In my usual way of saying things, I just brushed it off like that.
じゃあもう時間がないから行くわよ。
Well, there isn't much time, so let's go. Go? Where to? It'll be dawn soon, and in the middle of all this rain. Oh, I don't know who's saying that.
あなた帰りたいんでしょ。
Oh, it was us. You want to go back,
黙って
right?
ついてきなさい。
Then shut up and come with me. Saying only that, I went ahead and ran outside. In the middle of the rain, I could see that he was following behind me. Oh, we are Rin, okay. Even if he didn't use words, I could read his thoughts. Hey, are we going to that exit?
そうだ。お金ない。
That's right, there's nothing else. I see. I guess it really means I'm the only one who could go back. He made a somewhat sad murmur. In the time he had left, he seemed to be thinking of a way to have me return also. He seemed to feel sorry for my daytime self. Instead of worrying about his own return, he was worried about me, the one being left behind. Could it be that you like them? Them, indicating the umbrella in my hand and the shoe, both things he had fixed for me. ... Ah, don't make that kind of face. I'm not trying to criticize you or anything. Oh, we saw this part last time. No reason. They were there, so I used them. But we saw it from his perspective. With just that, I ran out into the rain. There should only be a little bit of time left. If I let my guard down now, I wasn't sure I could send him back. Once again, we came before the elevator. I struck the call button. In the darkness, the interior of the elevator shone brightly, the door to the real world. And once I send this person back, it will once again disappear. Once again, I will become the mistress of a world with only one person. There's not much time, so be quiet and listen to what I say, I declared to the man in front of me. I had no intention of taking any questions and had just one thing to say. Hurry, and from there, go back. But no matter what, I'd be sent back automatically, right? Then there's no... Never mind that. Hurry and go back. Without intending it, my voice grew harsh. At this rate, my heart wouldn't hold up. It's a lie. That's a lie. Isn't it obvious? A lie? What's a lie? Oh, she does tell him. The truth is, the one who is automatically sent back is the one who here longest. Here longest? It means if you don't go back, then I will go back. But then if you can go back, isn't that fine? That was exactly it. After a few hundred, no, almost a millennium, a new person finally came here. Essentially, that meant that the ones above the sky finally accepted that I'm sorry. See, she still attacks it to her being sorry or not. And also, we're demonstrating that it was fine for me to return now. However, can she really trap somebody else to this? Yeah, and what would she do if she went out into the modern world? She doesn't know how to do anything. That was the problem when she ran away from the shrine, was that she didn't know how to do any trade skills, so she went down to the village from the mountain. Then they would either 1, kill her because she was a shrine maiden, or 2, she would have to survive somehow without any trade skills and not knowing how to do anything other than be a shrine maiden who was being taken care of for most of her life, as kind of like an apology for what would happen to her. You know what I mean? So she doesn't know how to do anything. So what would happen? Well, she has powers now, but I don't know really what that does for her out in the modern world. They have umbrellas. She can control water, that's cool, but it doesn't rain every day. After all this time, going back, what would happen? Just how many years, centuries do you think have passed? There aren't any people that I know, even the place that I was born and raised. That's right. I was the mistress of the rainy world. An existence in this world of only one person who is eternally called upon to repent. Even if the one above the skies decided that I have repented. I alone must not accept it. She doesn't want to. She doesn't know what she doesn't really know what her life is like outside of atonement and repentance. I don't think she really understands or knows what her life is outside of those concepts, because that's all she's been doing is an atonement and a kind. Yeah, this is really complex. There's a lot of emotions going on here, and there's a lot to really dive into with Rin and her complex character, especially with her like multiple personality kind of syndrome thing she's got going on. We haven't really gotten an explanation for that, but definitely she doesn't know how to exist without something to be sorry for. She carries a lot of regrets with her, and she doesn't know how to exist and go on. So she doesn't. She stays here.
ここが私の世界なのよ。
This is my world! Aww. So please, go back. Snipple. Even I knew that being in this place was the same as being nothing. Just eternally being rained upon, with no one ever knowing, continuing to cry. Yeah, because everybody that leaves, they don't remember anything. They lose their memories. So they don't even remember her. But if I accepted things, then this injustice, my sister's regrets, they would all become nothing. And that's the thing she can't let happen. She can't let her sister's regrets turn into nothing. That was why I will not repent. I will not forgive. That's what I resolved in my heart. I'm sure that right now my heart had been just a bit weak. I was just thrown off by the first person to have finally come. After this, no matter how many people come here, I will show that I can send them all back. Eventually, with him standing in front of the elevator door, I get it. I'll go back. But in exchange, while I'm at it, I'll give this to you. Saying that, he took off the other shoe he wore and offered it to me. I don't need such a loose one. Don't say that. Having a matching pair on your feet is better. Alright. Grudgingly, I put on the matching shoe. I didn't need it myself, but my sister, Rin, would be happy. Do you think we will meet again? I think she's talking about her daytime self. It won't happen. Hey, you don't have to be so blunt. If we were to meet again, it won't be me, but the good student. That's right, Sis is different from me. Bright and cheerful, honest, someone not suited to this place. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Saying that, I tried smiling. Enough that even I thought it didn't seem like me, I managed to say it in a big, cheery voice. Why is that in the end you can show me that kind of smile? Well, if I don't smile, I can't go on like this, right? That's what you promised a lady when Lady left, that she would continue smiling. And so, goodbye. And so I sent back the first person that came to this place. I had no idea when the next person would come. It could be another few centuries. It could even be that no one would ever come again. Even if someone did come, eternally it would just repeat like this. I have no regrets. I have no regrets. That's how I decided to think about it. But do you have regrets? Epilogue, alright. Let's do the epilogue, let's see what happens. 2 days later. Today was also in this rain. Whose perspective is this? It's Ren's. That person, he seems to be doing well. Showing faintly inside the hole was the image of that person. It seemed that he had lost his memory of this place and returned to his daily life without trouble. Even if he were to forget about me, to me, he was the only proof of my existence I managed to leave in the real world. Much better than leaving only tears. Even if one day my memory fades and I can't recall a name nor face, just like this endless rain, let these memories be my nourishment for eternity. Once again, I returned to that usual place. I sat down on that usual bench and vaguely watched the rain. There was nothing else to do. Then I suddenly realized I had unconsciously sat on the edge of the bench, even though there wasn't anyone who would come. I could tell myself that. I understood that in my head, and yet tears overflowed. While this body couldn't pass through, for some reason the tears alone could go back. Whether that fact made me angry or sad, I didn't even know myself. As I vaguely pondered that, it happened then. It's Lady! Don't cry, priestess. Eh? familiar voice, and an already forgotten name that I had been called by.
イラツメ、どうしてここに？
Lady, how are you here? Right there was my predecessor, the original mistress of this world. Her clothing was different, but without a doubt it was her.
だってほら、また来るって話してたでしょ？
Well, didn't I say I would come back again?
でも、
But how did you... Without realizing, my words trembled and tears once again flowed. Since that day, close to 1,000 years had passed, and yet...
だからミコ、泣かないでったら。
Like I said, priestess, don't cry.
この世界のものは現世に出ちゃダメなのよ。特にあなたの涙は厄介だからね。
Things from this world, you can't put them into the real world. Especially your tears. They cause trouble.
何のこと？
What are you talking about?
まあいいわ。今更だし。あとは人が何とかするでしょ。
Well, it's fine. What's done is done after all. People will figure something out later. Saying that, Lady made a happy smile. Her way of saying people will was probably because she was aware that I was different from people. But how was she able to come here? This is supposed to be a place you couldn't come of your own free will. Hmm?
だから言ったでしょ。私は特別だって。
Like I
伊
said,
達に
I'm
ここで
special.
長年過ごしてなかったわよ。
I haven't been here many years for nothing.
まあそうは言っても、あなたも似たくらいにはなったみたいだけどね。
Well, even so, it looks like you've come to a pretty similar point.
でも、どうして今になって？
But why is it that you appear now?
私だってあれから何度も来ようとしたのよ。現世は退屈だったし。
Since then, I've tried countless times to come here, you know. The real world was boring after all.
だけど、どうやっても来れなかったの。不老不死まで手に入れたこの私ですら。
But no matter what I tried, I couldn't come. Even for someone who's attained eternal youth and life like me. I quietly listened to her explain such amazing things as if they were nothing. But even then, why was it that she could return now? Thinking about how almost a millennium had passed, you could say it was very sudden. And as for myself, as always, I had no recollection of repenting. In fact, I had been in the midst of practically turning it into a curse.
まあ、多分だけど、あなた泣くからよ。
Well, I'm just guessing, but it's because you were crying.
泣く。それに何の関係が？
Crying? What does that have to do with it?
それか。根負けしたんじゃないの？神とやらも。
Well, that's... I guess they finally given up, maybe. Those gods and all that. Saying that, she showed me another small smile.
これだけ時間かけても反省しないんじゃ。さすがに神だって投げるわよ。
Spending so much time and still not being sorry. Even a god would throw their hands up.
そうかもね。
Yeah, that might be true. Caught up in this, I smiled just a bit, too. Even though I thought I had already forgotten how to smile.
ところで、先日の彼はダメだった？
By the way, that guy the other day wasn't any good?
先日の？
From the other day.
これでもあなたに合いそうないい人を選んだつもりだったんだけど。
He seemed to suit you, you know? I tried to pick a good person.
もしかして、イラツメがここによこしたの？
Could it be that lady you sent him here?
そうよ。
That's right.
あのままあなたがここから出て行ってくれることを願ったんだけどね。
I had hoped that you would just come out of here on your own, though. So that's how it was. Could it be that lady really had no intention of coming back? Because I had chosen the rainy world, she might have reluctantly come to take me back. But even if I go back now, even if I wasn't going to die, I already had no more connection to the real world. I had also, just the other day, willfully thrown away that chance. And plus, I had no regrets. Told myself that I had no regrets. So, after all that, to
追いかけなさい。
chase after him. Eh?
今なら間に合うわ。現世との唯一のつながりがあるうちに。
Right now, you can still make it. While there's still a single connection to the real world. Saying that, she pointed at the small hole at her feet. Unlike the big hole in the river, it was just large enough for a single person to pass through.
私の入ってきたとこだから遠慮なく使って。
It's the one I came in on, so feel free to use it.
でもそれではイラつめが。
But then, lady, you're...
いいのよ。そろそろ現世も飽きたし、当分ここで過ごすから。
It's fine. I was starting to get bored of the real world, so I'll spend a while here.
抵抗しても無駄だから
There's no
ね。
use resisting either.
手足をちぎってで
If
も
I
返す
have
から
to, I'll tear your hands and feet off to send you back. Exchanging places with me, Lady tried once again to return to the rainy world. Her somehow lighthearted way of saying it made it all the more heartbreaking. It's not like I don't want to go back either. But
そういえばミコ、
speaking of which,
あな
princess,
た名前は？
what's your name? What is your name? Because we've been using Rin this whole time, and I think Rin was her sister's name. So I don't know what her name is. So this is a really nice way of ending the epilogue, is figuring out her name and really getting a sense of who she is and what she's gonna do past this. I can't remember. Oh no. So much time has passed. The memory of being called by name was far in the distant past. Yeah, because her sister couldn't say anything. The only thing I barely remembered was only my sister's name, Rin.
じゃあ反省も許しもしなくていいから。
Well then, you don't have to be sorry, nor forgive.
お姉さんの分まで幸せになってやりな。
But go and be happy enough to cover even your sister's share. Saying that, she once again made a cheerful face and then gave my back a light push forward.
じゃあミコ、
Well,
元気で
princess,
ね。
be well.
ありがとうイラつめ。
Yes, thank you, lady.
ああ、ついでにあなたの記憶邪魔でしょ。取ってあげるわ。
Ah, while I'm at it, your memories are going to get in the way, right? I'll take them for you.
ちょっと待って。
Wait!
だから抵抗しても無駄だって。
Like I said, there's no use resisting.
たかが数百年ここにいたくらいで本来の主である私にかなうわけないでしょ。
After being here just a few centuries, there's no way you can beat the true mistress. 1 week later. July, Friday. Interesting. Burning sunlight, the cries of cicadas, the sky after the rainy season was so clear it was almost sad. But it's still raining a bit. It was strange weather where even though the sky was clear, a misty rain was falling. I believe they call this the fox's wedding, right? I was just thinking that. The puddles on the asphalt reflected the clear blue sky, and the falling raindrops made a number of overlapping rings. Oh well, with just this drizzle, getting wet would be fine. More importantly, I was worried about the bus's time. Right now, it was 7:50 in the morning and 30 seconds. I'd been waiting a while, but it still hasn't come. The bus is late again. Even though there was still time, it was too late. If it was too late, I'll be late to work. Even though nothing would change if I do it, I couldn't help but repeatedly glance at my watch. Oh well, worrying won't do anything. Half giving up, I sat down on the bus stop bench. And then checked my watch again for the umpteenth time. If it doesn't come in 5 minutes, maybe I should walk.
今って何時でしょうか？
Excuse me, what time is it now? Sitting next to me was some girl. Eh? Ah, it's about 7:55.
もうそんな時間なんだ。遅刻しちゃうかも。
It's already that time? Oh, I might be late. While sitting on the bench, she flapped her feet. I'm not too sure, but she seemed to be an interesting one.
よし、走って。
Oh look, she's wearing his shoes. Okay, I'll run. Quickly, standing up from the bench, and within a moment, she dashed. No, she didn't. Because the puddle right in front of her interjected. Ow, ow, ow! I slipped. Whoa, hey, are you alright? Without thinking, I ran over and offered my hand. Aww, she's got an umbrella.
ありがとうございます。
Okay, maybe they're not his shoes, but they look very clunky, don't they? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Sitting squarely in the street, the girl had a bit of an ashamed look on her face. While looking closely, she was wearing loose shoes. Yeah, see, I was right. Well, of course you'd trip with those. As I was vaguely thinking that. It seems that if I don't have loose shoes on, I can't stay calm. Eh? Oh, I see, how strange. Classic slippery puddle, I know. Before I could say anything, she answered me first. Could I have had this experience many times before? And thanks to that, I trip a lot. You need to be careful. There's lots of puddles after the rain. She seemed a bit young. Maybe she's a kid from the neighborhood? She's wearing a familiar-looking all-girls school uniform. But for a girl in the neighborhood to be going to that all-girls school, it was pretty surprising. I hadn't seen her here before. Or maybe she normally didn't use the bus. Ah, the rain. It's about to clear. Ah, you're right. Oh well. Since the bus isn't coming, I guess I'll walk. Yes, with just this much. There's no problem going without an umbrella, right? The two of us folded our umbrellas and started walking. Bright blue sky reflecting off the wet asphalt. The two of us would detour around and occasionally jump as we went. By the way, how far are you going? This is a little bizarre considering the age gap, but maybe it's not that big of a deal in Japan. I'm going to the station, the last stop. Actually, I'm going there too. Well, walking by myself is a bit lonely. Oh wait, well, walking by myself is a bit lonely. Oh, maybe he did say that. I can't tell who's talking. Yes, let's go together. We started to walk side by side. Next to me, the girl was hopping over the puddles. I guess I should know who's talking because when she talks, there's always a voice line. When we talk, there's not a voice line. She's a cheerful and honest child, rare for this day and age, even if she's a bit childish. Plus, it didn't feel like this was the first time we've met. Aww, that's sweet. A little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of deja vu. Hey, have we ever met before?
No.
Never. What was that? Of course, there's no way we have. All of a sudden, her whole manner seemed to change. You could say intimidating, like a cute mannerism she had suddenly picked up a ton of force. Oh, she's still in there. So sometimes I get these bad moods. It's a bad habit. Please don't pay any heed. Really? How odd. July, next to the voices of the cicadas, her laughing voice rang out, announcing the end of the long, long rainy season. Aw, what a great way to wrap up this story. Up to the rainy sky that had finally cleared up. It has really cleared up, hasn't it? The laughing voice carried far. Aw, what a wonderful way to end this visual novel. Oh my gosh. So that was Ame No Marginal, or Rain Marginal. It is by the same creator that made Narcissu, which is also on the VODs channel. So if you're interested in watching more content made by the same creator and other visual novels that they have made, you can go ahead and check out the VODs channel and watch Narcissu, part 1 and 2. Both sides of the story are very good. It was a very long experience about life and death and people who live in an experience where they have terminal illnesses and they are basically fated to die, and how they accept that and how they come to terms with that, and questions about God and things like that. It's a lot like Rain Marginal was very in the similar vein. This one was a little bit more fantastical. I really liked this one. This was such a good story. This is Lady. Looks like I couldn't erase all her memories. There she is. Well, she hadn't been here for a long time for nothing either. That's fine. Eventually, we'll probably meet again. Probably. Without me going with her powers right now, she could probably come if she wanted to. No, she won't be coming. Having enough after just a few hundred years, I got a feeling she would choose to live quietly in the real world. While mulling over that, I headed out into to the falling rain. As always, rain that had forgotten how to stop. Most likely it would keep falling forever. I wonder when the next time someone would come here would be. A few years later, a few decades, or perhaps much more. But there's no need to worry, because I won't cry. Once again, I've returned to being the mistress of the rainy world. No one is here, nothing is here. Mistress of a world where only rain falls. Out of an unexpected whim, I had given up this throne for just a bit. But the next person who would overthrow this throne probably won't appear for a while. They have to really, really want to be here for a while. Interesting. What is this? Bonus episode? Ooh, a bonus episode. Oh, this is from Narcissu. Okay. Echo, Narcissus, the construction. I don't remember the construction part, but we can do the short episode, I think. This is back to Narcissu, which, like I said, was a story about terminal illness and things like that. I think this is more about the characters from that series. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how we got to Narcissu from here, but anyways, let's see what this is about. We still have some time, so let's see what this is about. Short episode number 62, Awaji Service Area. After taking the photo, the Integra once again drove on. After the Seto Ohashi's long straight, it continued driving towards Awaji Shima. Looking up, the sun was still high, and we were about to finish crossing over the bridge. Who is this? We'd arrived much more smoothly than I had imagined. The sun was still high up, so maybe we should stop somewhere. Oh, good night, Chimos. Thanks for joining me. Have a good night. Even if we were to arrive at this time, there would still be a bit of time before sunset. While thinking about that, I idly gripped the steering wheel. Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel. At her words, I looked out the window and could see a large Ferris wheel. Oh, wow, there's a Ferris wheel in a place like this. It's at the Awaji service area. Occasionally there would be hot springs or movie theaters in service areas, but a Ferris wheel seemed pretty special. She kept staring at the Ferris wheel from the car window. It's a bit like she were a kid. The picture from just before, too, was pretty heartwarming, especially because of how she was normally. Do you want to go there? Eh? Yeah, because you've been staring at the Ferris wheel, so I thought you might want to ride it. Not particularly. No such. That was the word she replied with, but I noticed a change in her. Normally she would just say not particularly, but this time she added no such. Considering all that has happened up until now, if she were to go so as far as to say that, then she must really be interested in it. Okay, let's go take a look. Can you guide me? Even if I didn't ask her how, I knew I could go there like this. It's a service area. There's no need for crap like directions. However, since we were doing it anyway, I wanted to feel like I were going with her. Hey, don't make that face. I want to go take a look. You don't mind, right? She remained silent at all those words, but eventually... It's just straight after we cross the bridge. Got it, so let's stop by. Ferris wheel! After a bit, we arrived at the Awaji service area. Oh wow, it really is right by the ocean. Getting into the car together, we headed to the front. Compared to when we were on top of the bridge, the wind was much gentler. However, because of the season, it was deserted of people. Well, it's just got a Ferris wheel. Everything else is the same as the normal service area. In fact, compared to the tow machine's service area we stopped at on the way, it felt a bit sad. Oh well, whatever. Let's go. As if I were giving the reluctant girls back a push, we headed to the entrance of the Ferris wheel. Well, even if she seemed reluctant, I didn't think she really disliked the idea. If she really didn't want to, she probably wouldn't have gotten out of the car. From being with her up until now, I knew this much. So we arrived at the entrance, and the two of us fell into thought as we looked at the postage prices. 600 yen per person, it's pretty expensive. Apparently next to me, she had the same opinion. Even though normally she didn't show much expression, her face clearly showed this surpassed her expectations. Well, I didn't really want to waste too much time, but... Get on. That's the first choice we've had. You don't typically get choices, so that was the first one. So, shall we get on? We have to get on. She wants it. You gotta do what your girl wants. No matter who your girl is. Since we've come this way, there was no point complaining about it now. Metallic creaking sounds and swaying. Slowly the gondola climbed up and up. Oh, it sways quite a bit, doesn't it? Since there was nothing around the seaside, occasionally the only thing spreading out beneath our eyes was sky and sea. And in that, the girl sitting on the opposite seat was holding her face right up against the window, gazing fervently outside. It was a reaction like when a little kid rode on the train. Could it be that this is the first time you've ridden on a Ferris wheel? Since elementary school, this is the second time. I see, the second time. Normally I think that this was rare for a normal person to have had so few, but I was sure it was true. Yeah, because she's been sick, so she wouldn't normally go out on Ferris wheels. Just like the restaurant and the jeans shop before, I could remember her seeming happy. I had no idea how old she was when she became ill. It could have been from a very young age, it was. She might not have really experienced school events, she didn't. Then my taking her out of the hospital, was that a good thing? Though I worried her kind parents and made trouble for the hospital, I didn't think I would be forgiven for that. But right now, watching her happy figure, I had no regrets. She seemed so happy. I even wanted to show her parents. How amazing. It can go this high. While whispering that, she enjoyed her mere 15-minute excursion into the sky. From that height, she looked far away, just kept gazing far away. Do you have a place you want to go? I asked while looking at the scenery spreading out underneath me. If there's a place you want to go, I don't know. Just that small whisper. Do you have one? Me? I don't know either. Our destination of Awajishima, the place where the flowers bloomed, was within sight. Asking where did we want to go was out asking beyond that. It was also a question about the future. It's just wherever it is, with you. Aw, that's sweet. With you. No, it's nothing. Together. I tried to continue, but it stopped in my throat. You're on your first. You still have time. She's talking about his visits to the hospital and how long he's been staying in the hospice ward. You go, I think it's 3 times, and on your 3rd time, you either die in the hospital or you die at home. You don't have a 4th time. So she's saying he's still on his first time, so he still has some time to live. And also, I still haven't passed it to you. Passed it to me? You mean those rules? If I recall, that was something she had taught me when I first came to the 7th floor. You've already passed them on to me. But you see, my own, I haven't yet. Protagonist. Oh, they finally tell us. Your own. That is something that has been passed down up until now. There's still something I must pass down. I still can't decide what words I want to leave behind. She spoke her words seriously, words that came as she gazed out of the blue sky spreading before her eyes. I see. Well, it'd be nice if you find some, and the words you want to leave behind too. And most likely those words left behind, her own rules, the ones who would receive them would be myself. If so, then I must also make sure they were passed on. Because he's also terminally ill. Once again, the silver coupe drove on. The sun had begun to set, and the car's body was stained orange as it went. That place where the flowers bloomed was in sight. But before that, the girl would surely receive her driver's license. With that, she should be able to freely go anywhere. Far away, far, far away. Farther than what was seen from that Ferris wheel. She should be able to go even farther than that. Short episode number 062, Awaji Service Area. that was sweet. That was a nice look into Narcissu. So yeah, like I said, Narcissu was, I believe, their first game or one of their earlier games. It is a story about a character who is, I should start. Okay, so the story is there, you have a main character, he's a guy. He finds out that he's terminally ill and he gets sent to the hospice ward of the hospital, which is the 7th floor. And on the 7th floor, he meets a female character who is a little bit older than him, but she is on her 3rd time around being in the hospice. And so she's about to kick the bucket and move on. And she doesn't know if she wants to die at home or if she wants to die in the hospital. She wants to die someplace else. She doesn't really know what she wants to do. So we end up getting into a situation where we end up stealing our dad's car, and we end up taking her with us out into Japan, and we drive around and go places and try to steal money and get jeans and eat fast food, and eventually they drive to this place where the narcissus flowers bloom, which is a theme that comes up earlier in the game. And so it's this story about going through these situations of you're not as strong as you remember you used to be because you're sick now, dealing with your sick body, dealing with sickness in general, dealing with concepts of suicide and death and living versus dying and what is the best way to go when you are terminally ill and you're fated to die kind of thing. It's a very more mature kind of visual novel, but it was very good. So if you're interested in hearing me read it, you can go ahead and check that out on youtube.com/@princessevillanvods. EVILLAN is how you spell Evelyn, in case you didn't know. But yeah, so the next time that I'll be playing games is Tuesday. We'll be playing Great God Grove. We're going to be finishing that up. So join me for that on Tuesday. But before that, we will be reading Homestuck on Sunday with my lovely husband, Gob the Goblin. So yeah, you can come check us out on Sunday. We will be streaming Homestuck. We'll be reading it together and having a blast. So come join us for Homestuck and hang out with us. It's really fun. So yeah. Like I said, if you missed the first parts to Rain Marginal or you're looking for other games that I played, check out the VODs channel. And if you're watching this on the VODs channel, come check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/princessevillan. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for video games, Friday being visual novels. And I stream Wednesdays and Sundays. We read webcomics with my lovely husband, Gob the Goblin. So you can check us out Wednesday. We are reading Bard's Quest by Andrew Hussey. It's supposed to be a fun read, so I'm really excited to jump into it. It should be pretty short, so we'll probably only do it for a few weeks, and then we'll get back into Problem Sleuth, which is another Andrew Hussey work. So yeah, join us on Wednesday for that. But before that, Sunday, join us on Sunday for Homestuck. It's going to be really fun. Join me on Tuesday for Great God Grove. We'll be finishing that up. It's going to be really fun as well. If you don't know anything about Great God Grove, you solve problems by taking dialogue from other characters. It's really fun. It's a nice little puzzle game. So, yeah, come hang out with me on Tuesday. But anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye.